Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Okay, so in the last episode we started expanding a little bit here again and we ran out of steel pretty quickly. So these, I kind of got it, had it progress through winter a little bit so we can see what's going on. What I needed to do is I needed to completely stop the production of mechanical components over here because it just took us all of our steel. So what we really need to do is we need to beef up our production here, probably get another train going, and get more workers to come to this area, and then have a slower producing area like this, like 15 over there. But what we need is probably at least 100 people to work this one, and then an extra train there. To bring in some stuff so that we can actually get construction done. At the moment, we've got little slithers of steel not being delivered everywhere. Let's quickly have a look. I just want to see, are we out of mechanical components? We do have mechanical components, so everybody should be able to get their mechanical components delivered. It's just steel that we're running out of, and as soon as we bring in some steel, then steel keeps moving out again, going into the rail construction and everything. So lots of steel being used. We're not importing steel at the moment, and that's kind of why it's pushing us back a little bit. As you can see, it's given us a little bit of a tumble with regards to our imports. Our export income, but I think it's generally pretty good. If we have a look at the status of our loan altogether. We're almost kind of halfway through it in general, so I wouldn't mind paying it off a little bit earlier, but in general, we do pay a little bit of interest on this. So what does that actually say? Information about the loan. Oh, therefore, we don't have any indication. Penalty interest rate. Oh, yeah, but we don't have any real indication of what the interest is that we've paid on the loan. If we look at like last month's view, we pay about 20,000 in total for the loan every month. I'm not quite sure, and the repayment itself is the repayment itself is a reasonable chunk of that money. So it's okay. I think it's okay. I think we're stable enough to continue our expansion. I mean, we're not exporting any mechanical components at the moment, so that's a reasonable position to be in. I'm hoping we can get everything in sight. Yes, so these things are finishing off now. We're getting the last bits and pieces of things delivered here. So the next few days, this one will open up for business and we'll get some more people moving in here. And that will, again, of course, provide us with some additional labor that we can use. So there we go. Lots of people moving in straight away without jobs and all these kind of things. So hopefully we will continue to provide people with everything that they need. We don't currently have a university here, which is kind of one of the things that we may want to have a look in doing, because I'm not sure what the general education trend here would be. But it seems reasonable, but no one growing up here is going to get that level of education unless we potentially run a bus from here to our other areas. And talking about university, we may as well go and expand some of these items, right? So we could do advanced engineering. I think I'm going to go through these various separations, steel recycling and so on. So let's work our way through these items while we're at it. Okay, so there's these, and these will get finished shortly, I'm sure. What I did as well in the meantime is I did plan out the rest of our network a little bit, so I've expanded this section here. Oh, what I should do is I should just kind of activate the construction for rail over there. Not that we're going to do that straight away, but what we'll need to do is see how we deal with this. I might streamline this a little bit. This is this kink here, just a little bit too aggressive for my liking. So I may quickly do that. And the easiest way to do that is just to trim it back a little bit. Right, if we do that, trim it like so. Right, and we just tie these together again. We will find that they're a much more reasonable curve that we kind of establish in that area. I think that's much more natural to just get it to the place, and we'll extend it through here. This is obviously where our oil refinery is going to go, so we're going to have rail connect in here, and we'll have to see how we do it. ultimately I want a main line that runs, that's pretty unencumbered, runs through here, and then we'll have some positions where we go into that general direction. We do have some room for roads running pretty much all over the show here. As part of some of these tie-in points, this is the port, so certainly we need rail and roads coming into this port area. There's more iron mining going on over here that we'll need to accommodate. And then what I've also done, excuse the darkness, I've also extended this. We will need to get to this iron mine over here, so we'll extend this roadway. I'm kind of wondering whether we do it like that. No, I think we'll just extend it across here. Something like this, across here, and then run it. You know what? That's starting to look pretty nice to just cut across here and run that way. We'll just have to build up a little bit of hill here and then run through there, provide ourselves some access here, and we'll need the rail to come this way as well. So ultimately, we'll need to add an extra bit of spur from over here that's going to cut across, and maybe the rail cuts across here and then cuts across there to kind of really feed into this area as it runs that direction as well. So lots of planning that's currently going on. I'm a little disappointed with our numbers, to be honest. We don't seem to be getting the numbers where we need it to be. That import was a little bit high in February, but it seems to stay in that kind of general area. Our exports are just not quite living up to the expectations that it should get to. Not quite here. I want to have a look at this side. These guys should be exporting like nuts at the moment. Is it getting too busy? Do we need an extra vehicle here? I might add one more vehicle to that side so that we can do a little bit more on the export journey, because I think, yeah. There's like 4 trucks a load of stuff that's not actually getting moved. Oh, because we're moving food as well. That's why we're not quite getting there, and we've yet again not lived up to the expectation. I might actually buy an extra one in here as well, so let's buy one more. We moved one around, we'll buy one more, and we'll start moving things a little bit more. That will give us a slightly better handle on things. This has been built. We will need to kind of expand what we're looking at over here, get a few snow plows going. 1, 2 at least for the time being over there, and we'll probably want a couple of snow plows over here also. So again, with a little bit more room to maneuver. Okay, so that's going to been a little bit costly this month, but hopefully that will just help things along in general. Lots of workers hanging out over here, so presumably we should be able to move things along here pretty nicely. We're out of coal, so the coal train, I'm hoping, is not too far away from joining us over here. We have steel back in stock. This coal train would have just moved. Okay, so we need to, I think, get another one of these trains up and running so that we can really start ramping up steel production. I think that's the name of the game here. We are getting a lot of truck imports coming in at the moment, but really we're keen on getting some more coal. We're keen on getting stuff at a bit more high capacity coming in here. These are done. Everybody's actually got pretty much everything they need. We just need to bear in mind, keep an eye on these things. So yeah, there's a few more people working and living in this area, expanding our population as we go. I do love how this area is starting to look. It feels like a nice natural little area here. And this is still under construction. Yeah, lots of steel is what is required. So, how do we? Wow, look at this. Okay, there's a lot of. We do need to get stuff moving again. I think we'll do a better job now with all of these vehicles. Should now all be moving. But all kind of broadly speaking, I think we're exporting a bunch of food now. So let's quickly have a look at, even this month is fine. If we're looking at our exports here, yeah, a bit of food is moving around, which is costing us a little bit. So I'm almost tempted to not do that. I'm almost tempted to remove the export of food and just do an export of alcohol. So let's just do the alcohol export at the moment from this area. Or at the very least, let's put this up to about, 30% at least. So at the moment, let's just focus our attention elsewhere and not start exporting a bunch of lesser valued items, and instead focus our attention on moving multiple truckloads of clothing to where it needs to go. I'm loving the fact that we've got crops stacking up in this area. That's kind of keeping this train off of the rail line for quite a while. It's dumping a bit of stuff to get us to, it's filling this one up first, then it'll fill this one up. I mean, it's not going to stand here. Actually, practically not stopping at all. Excellent. Well, anyway, it's a reasonable. We're filling up all of these things, and then we're, producing again. So I think we should see a bit more along the lines of exports going out through here. Fair bits of workers around. So hopefully we'll get these numbers back into a reasonable shape. This is what? Just prioritize this and get it done, please. High priority, get everything in there. It costs us a lot. Are we getting steel at a reasonable pace here? Okay. Once we get back up to around the 300, 350 mark, maybe we'll go and get the extra train. I think that's going to be important, so we get some more stuff into our steel production here. We are struggling to get this to kind of run a reasonable production at the moment. Okay, all of this stuff is getting built, so I think there's a lot of steel going into this. Yeah, it's a fair bit of steel into that. Let's cancel all the rail construction for the time being, so we can focus our attention on the stuff that matters. So let's just drop these a little bit. So we can focus our attention on using our steel in the other areas. We do need to get these numbers back up again a little bit more. I think almost all the construction is done, to be honest. Yeah, so all of this construction is looking pretty good. We will need a little bit more in terms of collections here. So let's see, can we actually use a slightly larger facility? Will we be able to squeeze something in here? I think we can. We move it back a little bit over there. I don't know. It doesn't seem to want to work that. What we could do is we could do a little something on this side, actually. And we'll just need to make sure that we tie in a little path, but we will. Yeah, let's do that. Get a little bit of a container constructed over there. This is built, and this will be built pretty soon. I think we're needing a little bit more steel and other components ready to go there. So let's see, can we... Oh, we really can't tie in from here. That's not going to work. Will we be able to run anything through there? No, not at all. So we will... Yeah, so these at least will tie in over here. Cancel that for me, please. Let's do that instead. And then ultimately what I want to do is remove some of the others. So let's just get that going. We will want to probably just tie in a few things like so. Let's do that. Get those things built here a little bit so that we can actually get maintenance crews and things to these things. They will need reconstruction every now and again, I believe. Yeah, absolutely. You can see that it will be a requirement. How's this going? Our money is looking reasonable, pretty reasonable export numbers. Considering we had a lot of vehicle imports, it's probably about right. Lots of steel moving around now. Can we start potentially moving a little bit more steel back to the other side? I think so. So let us put this back. So I've taken it out, but let us put this one back over there and unload it on that side, and no more than 10%, please. So hopefully we'll start moving on the exports of the mechanical components also. Yeah, we do need... Okay, so we've got all of these buildings up. This one's almost done. We need a few more work days here, which should be just fine. We should get that done pretty soon. This one needs... we do need a little bit more help here with regards to maybe something like this. Yeah, let's do that, and we will tie this one in like so. There we go. So we'll get some construction going on in these areas as well. Hopefully we'll be able to do our waste management here in a reasonable position. Oh, some new trucks and things that we can use. Clear that one out for me. Thank you. Money is looking a little healthier now. I'm hoping we can keep it that way and get us back up to that 200k fairly soon. I think we've had a fair bit of clothing exports now actually this month. If we look at those exports, yeah, clothing is looking at a reasonable number again. Yes, here we go. We will be moving on these again also. I like it. Excellent. Okay, we do need to get our next train up and running. So if I go here and have a quick look at trains. Oh, that's not too expensive. These two, this is not too expensive. But it is going to be pretty costly. I think I just need to take the plunge and get it done. If I do, I would love to see this number a little bit higher before I do it. I just don't want to run out of money again, because this is going to be a costly endeavor. So if we go there and we go cargo wagons and we go to these hoppers, yeah, so probably something like this. So we'll just do these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 5 is 100k. 6, yeah, 120. 6 plus this 200,000. So yeah, definitely not doing that until I get to at least about the 350,000 mark. But I think now these guys are working non-stop at the moment. Yeah, it's reasonable. The numbers are reasonable. We've ended up with a little bit of stuff here, so let's continue our journey on the recycling items. Yeah, I think we run through this really quickly now, missing coal very quickly. Yeah, we've even got the trucks coming in, but yeah, hopefully we'll get some more trains. I would love to have trains parked here waiting. I think that would be awesome if we can kind of sort that out. Yeah, I want this up to about 100, so we need at least 2 trains. And even 2 trains are going to barely do the thing. But at least if we're at 100 workers, if we can continuously produce, we should be in good shape, I think. Oh, yes, there we go. Now our exports are starting to look pretty nice again in this month. Okay, slowly. Slow and steady is the name of this game. All of these things are open and ready and doing its thing, and everybody's got everything they need apart from a pub, potentially. And I think we should be maintaining reasonable activity here. We can up this number, I think. We don't necessarily need to up this number. We don't necessarily need to up that number. Lots of kindergarten moves there. Okay, so at least we've got that, and we should have reasonable amounts of workers here ready to go all the time. Yeah, our buses can barely do it. I think we're sending buses to that side as well, I think, to keep these things moving. Yeah, but at least everything is continuously moving now. I just hope our exports is looking well. Okay, so this has been this area here. I'm kind of tempted to kind of remove this. Let's clear this guy out. Let's demolish it, and what we'll do is we'll also clear out that path there and that path. Well, a little turnaround here is not the end of the world. I think that's okay. We don't need it though. What I might do is I might actually get that moving, and we'll get all of these things started, so we'll get that point in place. What I'll do here is I'll move our free depot to here, and I'll we don't have, yeah, it's okay. Well, we'll give it access to the other side there, like so, and then we'll move all of these vehicles this way. I'll grab them, and I'll just change their working position to over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of work here to allow for some rail and road bridges to cross the site, so we can access this iron mine over here. Now, the one problem I have with this iron mine, well, that one's pretty far too. We will need to run some trains here to get workers into this general position. So while a lot of things are kind of underway and we're trying to get our exports up, yes, there we go, that number's looking good. We do a little bit of planning in the meantime to try and get everything else kind of moving. That's looking good. This construction is underway. That construction is underway. So all of that should help us out a little bit. We should have reasonable water supplies and all the likes, and this should be operating at a reasonable level as well. Excellent. Almost back up at 300,000 mark, which is good. 350 is about the spot where I'll start looking at that extra train, because once we get that extra train in place, things will really ramp up. At the moment, we're doing a lot of exports, I think, and these numbers are getting nice and high, and I would like to see that we don't import any food. Where's my fire truck? Oh, here it is. Excellent. Sort yourselves out, buddies. Reconstruction underway here is quite important that we get this done really quickly. Oh, it is still working, actually. Yeah, the reconstruction, I don't quite understand. I think it's got a 50% productivity reduction. Yeah, not bad. Ooh, we're moving through these things a little bit quicker now. And there's a reasonable amount of steel coming into this also now. We can almost look at upping our numbers here, but let's just get our steel production in a healthier place and just see that we've got reasonable amounts of steel available here. Yeah, that's good. So we won't we won't stop construction completely at this stage. Okay. Steel and prefab panels. Yeah, we do need to build a forward base for construction as well, where we can get construction materials and the likes. What are these buses? So this is a clothing workers, right? So there is a clothing workers bus running. And there's this heating workers bus running, and there's a steel workers bus running. So we are contributing workers to this area from kind of all areas to make sure that we've got a reasonable unemployment rate that's being used. Okay. Slow. This is looking reasonable for us to continuously be producing, I think. Yeah. Yeah, our exports coming up. We have a look at this month's exports. Yeah, we've got a fair bit of mechanical components in that space as well. And we're still exporting food also. Okay, well, that's reasonable. As long as we keep these numbers looking healthy. I'm keen to get that extra, really keen to get that extra mechanical components. Keen to get that extra train up and running. It will be really useful to us at this stage. There is a bit of steel available for construction as well. Kind of wondering whether we do some extra housing. Anyway, we don't want to overpower all of our infrastructure. And I think we're just about there. We're just about there with our infrastructure. We can't do much more in this area unless we start adding some extra. This is the high voltage switch. So we really need to start constructing this so that we can get some additional power in place. Okay, so maybe that's what we need to do. Let's continue the construction of this guy. And at the same time, we'll need to continue this construction as well. So let's see. I don't mind necessarily running a road in the middle through here, right? So if we do maybe something like that, right, that should be reasonable. Then we can tie in a little something over here. Let's just make it nice and short. You can tie that in. And then the question mark is we probably just want to do something like that. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's build that. That'll give us a little bit of room to do some more stuff and get a bit of road connectivity back and forth. Yeah, let's make a start on this. And then once that's roads built, we'll start building this switch as well so that we can get some extra infrastructure through here. How's the money? Money is looking good. End of May, it's looking healthy. We do import a lot, and that number just seems to keep going up every time. But I think what's obviously happening, we'll have a look at the end of May very briefly, what that number is all about. 135 in terms of imports is pretty high. I'm guessing it's electronics and electronic components, which is not quite. And 191 in the terms of exports. Oh, there we go, pushing that up to almost 200. It's a reasonable number there. We're very close to being in a position where we can ultimately do a little bit more with our getting a train up and running. There we go. Exports still looking good. 200k in terms of exports is a reasonable number. Okay, let's have a quick look at what that entailed. So if we look at last month, our imports, chemicals, costly chemicals, electronics, chemicals. That's interesting. Let's have a quick look. Before we do that, though, crops is still a big ticket item, which is fine. And then in terms of our exports, lots of clothing, mechanical components starting to recover, a bit of food, a bit of alcohol, bitumen. We're not doing the fuel anymore. So we're probably starting to run out of fuel. We need to be cautious about expanding too much until we get to a better position. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, we are struggling to get our chemical operation to a reasonable level. But, I mean, as long as we're pushing back a little bit more, that's okay. I think 3:30, let's have a quick look. Maybe it's time for that extra train. So let's go and grab it. I think it's going to be... Let's go value. No, not value. Let's go. We can't do cost at all, huh? I'm looking for a diesel locomotive value. Currently, these are very valuable. So yeah, this is the quickest, the cheapest quick one. At 82,000, it's gonna have to be that. These are too slow. It's okay for my crops, but it's gonna be too slow for anything else. I'm gonna grab one of those. We're gonna go for cargo wagons, and we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's gonna be 6. And what we're going to do is let's grab that other train. So we actually have a route here, right? If we go here, we have a look at this one, and we actually just name it Cornoe, coal and iron import rail. Okay, and we will name it as such, right? So that's been named. Now we'll wait for this guy to kind of clear out, then we'll send the next one through. So we're going to say set line Cornoe must be the same vehicle type. Or what? It is the same vehicle type, guys. This is a... Let me show this. This is a... I'm guessing... because we've got that. So let's drop this one. Let's forget about that. We'll save it there, and now it should be fine. Right now, if I get this guy, oh, keep going. Now, if I get this guy and I want to assign it to, honestly, I'm guessing it's because we've. Okay, well, let's just do another line, a completely different line. We'll grab this guy and we'll say, pop in there. Well, keep going. And what you will do is you'll be loading iron and coal. Wait until you're loaded. And then you'll be heading out to this area over here to the steel mill, and you will wait until you are unloaded. Right? There we go. And that is it, really. Yeah, well, what I'll do is I'll make a... Ooh, okay, we'll make a start of this because it'll want to pick up fuel first, I think. I don't know. Let's make a start on it and see what it is going to do. It is going to pick up fuel first. That's okay. It's not too far away from here to get the fuel. This guy loads up pretty quickly, to be honest. Okay. Okay, good stuff. There we go. What's our status looking like over here? Bitumen, fuel. Yeah, we're doing a reasonable job. This is maxing out in terms of workers. That's good. Got some pollution warnings and the likes. Yeah, expensive on the train though, but I think a 200k on the train. But I think now we'll beef things up a little bit. This will take a little bit of time to load though. Ooh, hang on. I don't want to do that. Let's, sorry, advanced setup here. Oh, geez. Okay, hang on. Okay, well, let's do iron in the first one, set. Iron in the second one, set. And then coal in the third one, set. And coal in the fourth one, set. And coal in the fifth one, set. And do that. Okay? Is that... Hopefully that is okay. I'm assuming we'll do okay with this. We'll get our coal loaded first, I think, and then we'll load our iron. I don't know. It should be okay the next time around, I think. But yeah, it takes a fair bit of time to get these guys loaded. Where is the other one? Is it still over here? Oh, it's on its way back. I would love to get them a little bit closer together, though. Okay, let's move. I'd rather move it out now, and we'll get it better the next time around. I don't want them to be stacked on the one side here. I want them to pass each other in some kind of location over here. Or probably about over here. That's about the halfway mark, so it's okay. That's okay. I just don't want them to... we'll do better with a bit of extra coal anyway. And then once we get up to speed, we'll get some better numbers moving. This is looking great. Could even look at moving a few more people into this for working. How is it looking like over here? This is starting to recover, but it's not quite at the number what I'd like to see it. Let's quickly see, what are we saying? We're saying 60%, so we are moving everything that we're getting out as soon as we can. Love us to get a recovery here, where we're almost paying for that train, probably not even close. Okay, let's spin these. I just want to see them both at the same time. Just want to see them both because they should... Ooh, they will. I think they will swap around at almost exactly the same time. That's getting a little bit tight to load there. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Slowly unloading. That's still slowly loading. You're turning around. Let us stop this train, please. Just a little bit. I just want to hold it back just a tad. I'm going to up the workers here now anyway, so that we can see if we can make a little bit of a better move. I just want to make sure they're somewhat in the same location. This one got it in here a little bit late actually, so it's going to be... Here we go. Make a start. Okay, there we go. And this one is coming back. Okay, so hopefully they are swapping around pretty nicely. Let's up the number to 80. Let's go to 80 and see how quickly we kind of rush through that. I want to get us to do a lot more here. Have some more workers being dropped off. Upping us to 80. Yes, excellent. There we go. Reasonable number. We should get the extra train coming in here soon. Yeah, swapping around at about this location. Yeah, that train is actually not bothering us too much as long as we kind of keep clear of it a little bit. But yeah, this border post is not going to take a lot. How are we doing here? Almost at the end of the June, we've recovered half the train cost in 1 month, which is something that is pretty good to have a look at. There we go. This is now doing a little bit of a better job. This guy is arriving. Yeah, it's going a little bit better now, though I think it's going to be pretty slow on this guy. This guy isn't quite living up to the expectation of loading quick enough. Yeah, and obviously the more workers we push in here, the quicker that's going to start happening. That's okay. I think it's okay. I don't think it's the end of the world to have that happen. This guy might be stopped over here anyway. Or not. Probably not. The slow-moving one is stopped, so now it's going to take ages to get back up to speed. Anyway, all of this is, I think, continue. Whoa! Are we out? That is crazy. Yeah, so we've, look at that, 210 on the exports is a very nice number, I think, and that half of the cost of the train has been recovered in that 1 month, so that's good. But geez, we're running through the crops really quickly now. I don't quite know why exactly that is happening. Just because we put a few more people in on some of these, I think. I don't know. The situation over here. Are we building up anything here? No. So it's just not quite getting us there quick enough. So that's probably why. Because this is kind of waiting until it's got a truckload before it starts moving things out. The situation over here. We're out already. We have a train coming back. Oh, yeah, we have a train coming back. No, it's okay. We're starting to use our rail infrastructure a lot more now. But I think we will really look at a reasonable recovery now. We could up our workers here a little bit. Let's keep an eye on that. That's okay. What's happening over here? We're filling this one up as well. And we've just started ramping up our workforce here. Yeah, we need that train to come in. Let's bump this up to 20. Another research program done. I think we may need to extend these trains a little bit. So it's 6 now. If we up it to 10. Okay, so I would like you to pop back in there, please. And then we'll do the next one after. If we up it to 10, I think we'll get this to move a little bit more. We just want to make sure we're making tons of steel. Almost done. How's this looking over here? We don't want to run out. Yeah, we won't. I think we won't. Ooh, these guys are good. We're pretty slow in terms of the development here. Just because we're not being super aggressive. We're trying to stabilize the economy pretty much most of the time, actually. Okay, so I will add 4 more wagons onto here. So we'll have a much bigger train. I do hope that that's not going to cause us too much grief. Okay, so that's 4 more wagons. I'm going to grab this guy with an advanced setup. So 1 is iron, 2 is 3. Let's make 3 iron as well. 6 and 2, meaning, okay, 3 iron, then coal, 1, 2, 3, 4, add some more coal here, coal and coal and coal. I think that's about right. 3 and, well, hang on. So if we want to do, so we did 100 tons and then, yeah, so 2 and 4. So 3 and 6. Yeah. So we're just not quite there. 3 and 6. Actually, maybe what we need to do is take 1 off of here and just put the other one on. So 3 and 6 is just a little bit more aggressive. So then we've got Coal, 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 and then iron, iron, iron. Excellent. There we go. Start. We'll put this one on the other one. Yeah, 9 is going to be the perfect ratio, so let's just do that and not get them too long at the same time. I think the longer they are, the more they struggle to load. Ooh. Let's get this guy to go in here, please. Didn't quite realize he's here already. We'll get him to go in here and we'll quickly swap out some wagons. For instance, that open one I'm not going to use anymore, so we may as well replace it with some other wagons. Okay, so now let's get rid of this guy. We'll get that guy in there. So now we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 2 more hoppers. So let's go cargo wagons 1, 2, and that's going to be it. Let's grab this guy and let's just have a look at our advanced setup here. So it's iron, iron. Let's make it iron as well. Then it's going to be coal, 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 and we need to actually do coal and coal. Okay, that's it. We've got it done. So let's clear. Oh, that's not quite what I had in mind. How is this one doing? Almost there. Oh, no, not even close. I'll let that guy go by first. Then we'll move this guy to the customs house and we'll say start. You can filter into the back of that one. This should be almost done. Yeah, ready to go. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so hopefully these 2 trains will get us a little bit more close to the action. How's this going? We should still be making reasonable exports. Yeah, absolutely. Reasonable exports. As long as we keep it around that 200k mark and we don't continue to import trains, we should be okay. Let's have a quick look at what our ruble standings are. Okay, so we've paid almost half of our loan. Okay, that's pretty good. Reasonably done here. Okay, let's make a start on this as well. So let's start that one so that this construction can continue. Pretty reasonable. Let's have a quick look here. Probably need to get some of these constructed now. That one there and yeah, okay. So let's pop out. Let's get some of these constructed. Let's grab me this guy. Do that and we'll do this. We'll get construction moving on those 2. We want to slowly keep moving our infrastructure in the right direction here, of course. This is doing a reasonable job, I think. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. These guys aren't complaining of anything, really. Most of them even have jobs. Let's have a quick look. If we look at this, what's our unemployment? About 100, which is not too bad. This guy is moving along reasonably well, creating a fair bit of steel for our trucks to be moving around. Yeah, so this guy, I'm wondering if we've fully supplied everything. No, 10% here should be 33 tons, so we're definitely wanting on another truck. Oh, maybe this guy's already coming in to do it. Okay, there goes one train. Is the other one coming back yet? almost coming back. So this is just a little bit slow in terms of operation here, which is the problem. But I don't think we can do much more than this. This border post is not going to accommodate much more. So the best thing we can do is start working our way towards getting our mines up over here, which will be a costly endeavor. But I think we need to look at that. We're probably at the end of this episode. Let's quickly have a look at what's going on with our road. So we have no actual road connectivity here. Not reasonable anyway. I'm kind of tempted to run a connection through here. We'll be able to cross it reasonably. We can do that actually. Just run it straight this way and then start giving it some active areas. I am tempted to start running some stuff through here as well. Yeah, that's probably about right. We'll need to do a little bit of this. Okay, so this area is fairly open. So let's see, where are we? If we do that, we do this, and we will have to kind of, how are we going to run this area through here? We have to run it up here, this side. If we do that, then this guy, oh, it's got its connectivity on here. We could run a road through there. It might be an option. Alternatively, we can look at tying in on this side. Yeah, ultimately we will need a little bit on this side as well. So hang on, so let's have a look. We'll make a start off of it like so. Okay, just to kind of get it nice and straight. Then we'll trim it back a little bit like so, and we'll tie that in there and this in here. Okay, that's good. Now, oh yeah, let's try that. I think that's, is that a reasonable? Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Be honest, I'd rather we cut across it there somewhere. And then we'll straighten it up over here. Now, okay, what I'm going to do instead, our money is, I think it's recovering reasonably well. We're going over 200k, but our imports is still pretty high. I think I'm going to just run a rail down here. Let's remove this pathway here just a little bit. We'll put it back. We just need to put a bit of road in place here first. So let's put a little bit of road in through here. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll actually trim this one back like so. And what we'll do is we'll kind of do that, I think. So that ultimately we can cross over here somewhere and even run it around potentially. But anyway, we'll do that. And then do we tie in like so? Okay, so let's do a little bit of that from a road perspective. We will tie up all of these. And what we'll need to do here, though, I'm going to trim this guy back a bit. We're going to see about tying these in. Yeah, maybe even more. Maybe even more. Trim it back even more, all the way maybe up to there. And then we'll see about... you know what? Let's do this. Because we will need... Yeah. Let's do this. I am not opposed to that. That seems to be working. And then what we'll do is we'll tie that in like so. Okay, and at the same time, we will... We'll do this. I think we're going to do something like that, and then tie that one in over there. And what we'll do is we'll add an extra little bit to run down this section through here. We'll do that. I think that will be reasonable for us, right? Maybe what we'll do is I'll just redo this so it doesn't quite do that. Trim it back over there. I'll leave this over here so there's a bit of room here. We'll do that, and what we'll do is we'll just connect that one up there. But before we do that, let's just do this instead. Okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and clear out all of these things that we don't necessarily need. Like that. This one, I think we'll need to run it down here. So let's continue to run it down and tie it in over there. And I think let's make a start. Let's get these roads started. We could always tie in something on this side as well. Oh, we will need to provide access over here also. So that's fine. That's good. All of these road connections are doing their thing. No, we missed the section. So we did cancel the section out of here. Let's find the spot where it can go under. I don't mind that. That's pretty good. We'll run it up here. And what I'm going to do it like this. So let's leave that in place like so. Yeah, we'll do this and we'll do that, and we'll just tie it in ultimately. I like that. I will accept it, and we'll just tie that in after the construction of this. So let's get cracking on some construction items here. So let's get roads constructed there. Let's get roads constructed over here. Let's get roads constructed over there. That would be good. Also, I'm thinking I will do this and have some road teams start some work in through on this side as well. Let's get cracking on construction over here also. Okay, excellent. So let's get all of these roads starting to move. Our finances are looking pretty good. And we had a stoppage in terms of heating. That's okay. Let's drop this. So we'll get all of these roads to start moving so that we can start building our mine over here. All of this is looking pretty reasonable. I think we're producing steel at a very reasonable pace now. Yeah, look at this number. This number is starting to look really good. And I think we're moving the needle on this also. I don't think we can do much more. We can maybe up it to 100, but I don't think we can do much more because we are ultimately stuck. Oh, there we go. There we go. That is good. That means we could start upping this to 100. Excellent. It's now almost perfect. Look at that. That is excellent. Look at these numbers coming in. I like it. Hopefully we'll make more than 50, 60K. And if we do that for a few months in a row, we should be in a reasonable position. Then we can slowly start doing some further construction pieces here. Did we? I think we restarted construction due to some of these things. I think it's okay. I don't mind us slowly getting these things together. Yeah, this is starting to happen. That's good. Lots of little road connections and things that we've done. The price of coal ore on the global market is going down. That doesn't really help us because we're not importing coal ore. What's our situation here? What is this? This is, what is 4? 4 is the one I want. And then 1 is like that. There we go. Can we add... We don't seem to be able to work that properly. Oh, there we go. Let's do that. And we'll do this and we'll move it along and do that. There we go. That's the one. These guys go straight through. Lots of workers available. Look at these steel numbers. I'm starting to like it. These exports will work a treat as well. Oh my goodness, what happened? What happened? Imports. Why? Electronics, 13 tons of electronics. Really? Chemicals. Okay. It was just, oh, why are we importing steel? Who is importing steel? No one should be importing steel. I've completely stopped the steel imports. Unless we're importing it from over here, but I don't think that'll be the case, right? Road cargo station. We're definitely not importing steel to this area. So we had someone importing steel somewhere. Well, now it passed it by. The slow mover. Okay, let's have a quick look. That's pretty reasonable. I'm still worried about the steel imports, though. That was not cool. Not cool. But anyway, I think we're on the recovery path. We just need to continue to do reasonably sized exports of all of these things. And then we should be okay, and we can slowly start to grow. I think this will be the case. I would have loved to see a little bit more aggressive exports in that import, but maybe this month, September's imports will be nice and low, considering the high import value we had on the other side. Yeah, lots of road construction currently happening, I think. And I brought these guys over, but I've never actually done that. Maybe in the next episode we'll do a little bit of work on our road network towards our iron mine over here. There's so much for us to still do, guys, so much. Thank you so much for your comments. I've got some good comments around complimenting me on the road network and so on. Yes, I do spend a bit of time on actually planning out a road network that makes sense for what we're trying to do, which is why I've got all of these things with multiple connections and the likes going on. So, yes, thank you so much for that. And please keep your comments coming. I do read them all. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button and leave me some comments. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye-bye.